Shannon from 11 Science. I would like to tell you a story about the healing pool. Do you ever heard a healing pool? Pretty weird, huh? Let's hear this one. In Jerusalem, just past the sheep gate, there was a mysterious healing pool called Bethesda. One day, Jesus went to the pool of Bethesda, and it begins like this. Jesus was returning to Jerusalem to celebrate a big Jewish holiday. Well, Jesus had done some really incredible things. Since the last time he was there, he turned water into wine, healed a young boy about to die, and taught a lot of people about God while Jesus was in Jerusalem. The next part of his mission was to visit the pool of Bethesda. But this isn't the kind of pool you might be thinking. There was no fun, no swimsuit, no water slide, because this was a place of sickness, pain, blind, crippled, and paralyzed people. They came to the pool waiting and hoping to be healed. Did you know? There was a popular story that once in a great while an angel with healing powers would come to stir the water of the pool, and the first person to step in would be healed and cured from whatever they suffered. Some of the people had waited there for years, maybe even decades, hoping that one day they would be healed. It was why many sick and crippled people filled the area. Unfortunately, this story about angel wasn't true. The pool didn't have special powers, and it wasn't going to heal anyone. But Jesus' power is real, and it can heal people. On this story, it was Sabbath day. Jesus stopped in the large crowd of sick and suffering people. There was a crippled man. He had been disabled for much of his entire life. And although he dreamed of the day he would step in the pool, Jesus saw this man who had been sick for 38 years. He asked the man, "Would you like to get well?" That's probably seemed a little weird. He knew he didn't have much of a chance. He had always been alone and without help, and there was no reason to believe that this would ever change. So, can you imagine the shock when Jesus approached him and asked the suffering man, "Do you want to be healed?" Everyone at the pool was there to be healed, but the man answered anyway. I can't, sir," the man replied. He had waited by the pool hoping to get healed, but because he couldn't walk, someone always made it to the pool before him. So he thought he could never be healed. But remember, the pool didn't have any power, so it wouldn't have healed him anyway. What the man didn't know was that he wouldn't have to wait for healing any longer. Jesus simply said, "Stand up, pick up your mat, and walk." The man was confused, but he obeyed anyway. And then the man did what Jesus said. Instantly, he was healed. Then Jesus laughed disappearing into the crowd. This miracle was attracting the curiosity of onlookers, wondering what Jesus was doing, and the criticism of Jewish leaders began to be heard. But Jesus doesn't mind with it, because Jesus truly knew if this man not healed today, he would be dead by tomorrow, not just because he is already very weak, but his faith will be faded because the way of his thinking. He thought that there isn't hope left in him. Once the man was healed, he picked up his mat and walked. And when the religious leaders saw the man walking around with his bed, they spoke to him. "It's the Sabbath. Who told you to pick up your bed and walk?" But the man didn't know the name of his healer. Have you ever waited for something for a really long time? Now, can you imagine how glad this man to have what he waited for 38 years? Amazing, right? Jesus really knew our needs. And then, later that day, Jesus found the healed man in the temple. And it was then that this man looked and recognized Jesus. It's Jesus that saved him from a life of disease, suffering, and then Jesus said to him, "You have been cured well. So stop sinning, or something even worse may happen to you." The man now knew who is his Savior, and that he was healed not just his body, but Jesus wanted to heal his heart because Jesus loved him. He was forgiven, renewed. He was given the opportunity of a brand new life. Now, by this story, we knew that Jesus really loved us. And even we disobey God, Jesus still loves us and wants our heart to be healed. And not just our body, but with our hearts too. And then the real question is, can we obey God even though after He healed us? May this short story can bring moral to us and change in our life. Thank you for viewing this video. Goodbye.